So I'm working on the head down with Atlas. So I've got my target to kind of help create that behavior, and then I'll start putting a cue on it. And then I also want to work on him putting his head down in response to my hand. So you saw my hand just kind of set right behind his ears on his pole there. So and he only did that once, and as soon as I went to put my hand up there, he put his head down. So I'm going to click and reinforce that. So I don't usually do that a whole lot. I definitely don't push their head down. That's not something that I want to do. I'm just going to literally lay my hand right behind his ears. And then he'll put his head down. There's really no need for more than that. And then as soon as I go to do it again, he's already caught on. So with the click and the treat, I don't have to put any pressure on him at all. I don't have to squeeze, I don't have to push down, I don't have to do any of that. And he's caught on super fast. So I used to do it the other ways, and I'd have to put a lot of pressure, and I'd have to squeeze, and it would be a fight, and then the horse would just kind of stand there and ignore me or swing their head around, and you can make them ear shy. There's a lot of things going on with that, but he figured that out pretty quickly. So that looked pretty good. That would be something I would use for haltering, bridling, something like that. I don't use it a whole lot. I like to have like a voice cue on head down instead. I'd probably use that more often. So I'm just going to present my target. He's going to go toward it with his nose, and then I'm going to click and reinforce. I want to make sure that he's doing that pretty consistently every time I present the target, and then I can start to add the voice cues. Like right there, I start my voice cue, which would be down, and then he puts his head down, and I'm going to reinforce. So I'll give him a moment to chew, my voice cue, and then he just did a little bit there, not as much movement as that first time. That's okay, we're gonna take it. I'll let him chew, and then we'll try it again. Voice cue, perfect. If I wanted a little bit more downward movement with his nose, I can go ahead and use my target to help that. At this point, I was just happy that he was lowering his head in response to my voice cue, because that was pretty fast. I'd probably even do a little bit more with my target, and I probably did, and I just don't have the footage because some of it's mixed up and I don't know where it is and stuff like that. So I think I did have at least one other session before this one on working with that head down with Atlas. So this looks really, really nice. So, and I want to do some petting on him too, make sure that he doesn't think every time my hand touches him that he's supposed to put his head down. I don't want him to like pull it down out of my reach, just when I'm specifically cueing him to do that. So again, another head down in response to my voice cue, and you can have whatever cue you want. Just again, make it consistent. So mine is down, and then I feed him with his head down. Unless the horse is really keeping their head down a lot, then I'd feed them with their head up, so that I can cue them to put it down again. Unless I want to start building duration with the head down and keeping it down there, then I'll start feeding down. So it just kind of depends on where your horse is at and how they feel about that situation too. But it's just a good cue to have if they're getting worried. If you want them to place their head somewhere, that's a great place for it, is low and down. It's great to transfer to riding. That works really well. I did that with my mare Dakota. And I plan to do that with the Mustangs as well. But same thing, other side. I'm going to review the process a little bit with him, because especially this early on, I don't think it's going to transfer to the other side. And I'm just going to run through with my hand here and work on him lowering it in response to my hand behind his ears. And I'm kind of in the way a little bit here, but you already saw the majority of the lesson on that other side. It's just going to run through this side real quick. And he's doing the same kind of thing. So that looks really nice.